this set up in a second, guys. I hope. Looks like I'm not gonna be as... I should have tested it out. Silly goose. Okay, bear with me. Hello, just bear with this wiggling for a minute. Sorry about that. Here we go, sky view. Ground view. Sorry, I had a plan and it didn't work well. Don't go away though. First day of the year and I'm being as clumsy as anything. Wow, it's hilarious. Because I did have some eagles coming above. And they've disappeared for a bit here. So I'm just going to do some clan watching instead. And when they come back, I'll be sure to get them. Because not too long ago I had eagles. And I had hawks right above this clan here, which I call the Rock Clan. And they were playing together. They were playing together. So in there, guys, I cannot, press enough to tell you that they're right now fully watching 100%. They will be out here 24 hours a day. I know it a fact. Been living here long enough now to get an idea how they're behaving about my behavior around here. Different things like this. So my favorite tree on any of these videos, so you guys know, is kind of that tree right in the middle there that, I think he's, he just has the biggest base. There's a couple of bases, like that one in the middle now, kind of looks like the base, but he's further back from the fence, right? This one's right close to the fence. And then you go up into that area there, and just right on his right of it, he's got guys back in there in the shadows a bit. Right up in that part in the center now, because there's a number of them that do totem poling. Right in there will be more piles. But right there is totem poling, so let's watch that for a bit. You guys try to do your zooming if you want. People, for an understanding how to do this kind of when you're just on your own and you're trying to discover and you're trying to zoom and you're trying to do, what do you call it, screenshots and like that, do a pause and play. A pause and play when you're on Zoom will really help with, because the camera isn't 100% in focus. And I think it can be also, especially when you are videotaping these beings. Is that wiggle? I hope that wiggle's not bugging you too much in the wind. But I'll do is I'll just shift the camera around every once in a while here and get some good spots 100% where I know they're a good spot. In a moment right now, in a couple of moments here, I'll take a little bit of a walk because there's one tree that's hidden behind some other trees, but it's a very likely spot, and I want to try to get that a bit in this sunlight and stuff. So bear with us. This is real research. This isn't running you guys around in circles. This isn't me guessing. This isn't me pretending. This isn't me saying that I really do have 100% facts, but you don't get to stand beside me to fully comprehend all of them or see the ones that I have compartmentalized or whatever in, like in my own evidence that I've collected. There we go. And you guys get to see it right beside me, right in my hand, and me explaining it makes so much more, and you guys would be asking questions. Here, not a lot of questions go on, which is all right. I don't get into reading a lot of them. If you have anything to say, go ahead. This is kind of one of those days. If you feel like talking a bit or whatever, I'll check the questions and stuff. I don't know if the eagles are going to be coming back. I've seen up to 3 birds. I say 2 of them are eagles for sure. Yeah, the big evergreens, if you've been along with this bit of a series here, from my King Eve clan area, then you'll realize that the evergreens and stuff, look at how they look. Can you tell they've been pruned through? You'll see in the spring when you're back, when you're still coming here, and I'm still here, and we'll be getting those trees, and you'll see how full they are. You'll see some other changes also, but a number of them are, these trees are all on a, when you get into studying the trees, there's probably, I don't know, let's say up to about 5 different things generally going on with the trees. And one of the things we don't realize is when it comes to fall, all the pruning we see and stuff is within their knowledge of techniques, and they're implementing it a lot more on the evergreens now. And it's not a failing thing. It's not like the trees look a little ugly right now, like that one we get in the middle right there now. They're looking, you might be able to hear them talking a bit there, eh? I do not get to hear dogs from here, especially if it's a continuation of dog. Hopefully you pick up on that guy. He's coming from our right. Anyway, so that tree in the middle there, a lot of inner growth. Number of them you see a lot of inner growth, and that's just not a real thing. Keep trying to explain to people. Trees have a DNA that we can follow. We used to understand certain patterns of branches, and we used to teach that, and I don't think they teach patterns of branches anymore. Part of the reason for that is because a tree does have the DNA of its cord branches. It's going to be putting out its cord branches, how it's been created to do that and designed to do that. But then you get these other ones that are called sucker branches. And that's where these guys toy in a lot. And so the suckers aren't exactly a core. And a core, you can guarantee it's a core branch because it comes from the full core of the tree. It comes right from the center of the tree. The sucker branches come off of they're built more of the skin fibers and stuff, the the meat fibers, should say, of the tree, and then the outer skins, whatever, how many ever layers and stuff. I'm never pretending that I'm going to fully learn about trees and know it all. But I tell you that if you follow up on what I'm trying to get you to do with trees and how close I'm trying to get you to look at trees and stuff, you'll start to realize the life of a tree is something you can follow and you can start to learn. And with these techniques that I've taught, that these guys put their mark on them, like that big girl right there, then once you are able to follow that and see their marks and start to realize they're behind the patterns of bark designs, along with all that chaoticness. Look at that. Tree's probably more like a carrot than we realize. Carrot just grows and doesn't go into a spastic growth to grow all this stuff. Corn. And I also think the spastic growth is starting to be spread into the corn more and more anyways. And you look down by the roots that are coming, because they root out of the ground, and then those roots will go down to the ground. And that's part of what these guys do also with these trees. They can take some of these branches and end up bringing the branch down to the ground, and they'll turn the branch into a drinker branch, where it's like a root now. So it's turned into a root under the ground, and it actually will bring nutrition up to the tree from that technique that they do with it. And our tree specialists have no clue how and why. Well, they'll have their answers, but they're just kind of guessing answers about why a tree will actually do that, or how that actually happens with the tree's ability to make it happen, or however. I really don't know how they're going to be describing how a branch comes down from a tree and ends up turning into a branch that will drink for the tree. I don't know how the science talks about it, but I know how I talk about it. And I know how I've seen numbers of examples, and those examples work with the cutting techniques and all the carving techniques and grooming techniques and stuff that I've been teaching people from these beings doing them. Oops, just trying to back up a bit here. There we go. Well, it doesn't look like our eagle buddies came back. Kind of a drag. So right up there, that nice dark spot right there. The camera won't zoom better, right? But that's the way it is. Okay, I'm gonna do a little walk right now. It's funny how many people won't put up with the patience of my my stuff, and it's the way it is, and they miss out. See, I like that tree right there, with all the shadow under it. Let me make my pole a little bit shorter. I'm going to do a stop and pause for a second here now that I'm in shadow, because I'm in shadow, and that will help the camera react different. And then I'm going to come out into the light over here, bring my camera back into the light, even up on the hillside there, or up in the trees or whatever. Start to bring in the ones that'll be there, but there's going to be a bunch in there, guys. What you do is you look for shiny parts and stuff. Private. Who listens to private signs, eh? I got an okay from the owner. I don't have to listen to private signs. Except for the private signs or rules that they have on this property. I haven't found it out yet for me cutting across the cow field. If the guys are okay with me cutting across the cow field, then I can easily get to that. The small hill of the mountain right there. We got a crew or somebody coming into the area. A couple flying past. Well, you know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm thinking about going a little bit closer in to the land here. Jump the ditch here. I think our best opportunity is going to be right here. So I want to just go in a little bit closer and then just leave it sitting there. I'm going to show you something funny. I mean, when the tractor guys were driving around, that rock might have fallen off of their tractor, but who knows? People do start to realize these guys will all of a sudden just put a rock here and put a rock there and stuff. And even with these new posts here on the new fence, it's a great, like if this was your spot, then they're a great thing to start to just watch and see when these guys start doing their splitting on the posts, if that's what their plan will be. It doesn't mean it happens overnight. It doesn't mean these posts will be all unuseful in 2 years or 5 years even. Doesn't necessarily mean that. It means to me more like, wow, our weather system sure is hard on those posts. That's what it means to me as the observer. But not anymore. I'm able to be getting around that, and that's what I'm really trying to teach people. I'm not trying to teach people in any ways sucker in. I'm trying to teach people, pay attention to what I say and then follow it at your place. Some of the things that I talk about will be able to be recognized in everybody's place, I say. That's my gamble, willing to say that. And if I'm wrong, I sure as heck know it's over 50%. I'm going to willing to say it's for sure over 90%. But wherever there's, maybe people way out in the desert and stuff where there's actually absolutely, say, no life at all, like no trees, no grass is coming, stuff like that, then I'll say, yeah, in those cases, these guys aren't bothering much, it sounds like. Because like I say, they're the farmers. And the farmers need something to grow, need something to till, need something to break, need something to chip. Farming for minerals? I don't know. right along the ditch here, there's a rock right over there that is being broken up a bit. So I think when we're walking out of this spot here, I'll show it to you. I'm going to try something then, guys. Yeah, this would be another way. You come out here and you put your camera on the poles and go, okay, the farmers did a great job. And then every once in a while you come out and you don't put your camera on there every time. Just sneakily look with your eyes and leave them to feel free to adjust them if they want. If it's your property, then hang a string on the post and, make them really realize, oh, these guys are looking at their posts all the time, so there's a good chance that they find it a little too risky or something, so they'll back off on being hard on your stuff. Maybe that's part of my answer that I believe we can get. So look at that. If you can't tell that's being chipped at and stuff, then you don't have the geologist in you at all. But if you can see where moss is there, and you can see where moss has been chipped maybe, and you can maybe even pick up on some scribe lines there and stuff. But that rock right there tells me 100% that they're around. This pole doesn't, because it's in really nice shape. It's a brand new pole, and they haven't started to muck with it too much. This is really interesting, eh? See the amount of water right there? It's just big time flowing there. Maybe from the leaf under here. Oops, let me do this. Under here, I did step in the ditch somewhere here. Didn't get wet. But yeah, that's just all this runoff of here, guys, mostly. It's just stuff coming through this hillside here. And then it comes out and connects up with the ditch here, and it's going down the side there. And then we got another part of that rock, maybe. Oh, I see. So that rock might not be chunks of rock. It actually might be from this great big stone right here. You see that? And they're just breaking chips of it off there, so. Another bit of a view from here. Happy New Year's. Thank you. Right on. I'm glad you caught me too. Hope this is working out a little bit for you. They might have all crept up the hillside now. Once you start to take your eyes off of them, they shift around. Part of the thing is you got to understand when I'm on my own, when a person's on their own, that's the only time a person, you notice that in the mountain 411, the 411 tales and stuff, where he's talking about a lot of mountain people going missing and stuff, men, women, children, whatever. They're always alone. So what that answer right there tells you is there's a lot more interaction when you're alone. And the reason for that is the privacy that they've been keeping for all these years. Not to say that they won't, when we're at home, People are out saying, oh, listen to all those coyotes. And a number of us now are realizing that, sure, in some cases, maybe they are coyotes. But many other cases, we're just trying to show people that it's actually these guys doing a bunch of tricking and stuff. You hear that bark just as I was talking there? Yeah, they throw in stuff like that. And is there a chance there's a dog way over there in a car barking out a window? Yeah. And it could travel this far? Yeah, there are chances. But I'm talking on a level of being alone lots of times and how much they do it. Different things when you're alone. When I'm sleeping, they're not trying to bother me and keep me awake. But I'll tell you, I hear them different times in the night a lot. Which is fabulous because it's what I'm out here for in a way. Yeah, I am. Interactions of some sort to keep the game going. Alrighty, guys. Happy New Year's. Hope everybody's doing fine. They're hidden here, guys. There's faces there. I can tell you by just looking at it on this screen here. And yeah. Peace out. Take care.